So hey, welcome to a very special episode of BP and Chill, which is usually Mondays at 9 a.m. But we're actually going to talk about all the crazy fun stuff that we have planned for that show. We actually got Matt from Costa Rica, Costa Rica crypto, Rica crypto. So hey, welcome to a very special and Chill, which is usually Mondays at 9 a.m. Chill. But we're actually going to talk about all the crazy fun stuff. Jimmy, is that going on your channel right now? That show, we actually got Matt from Costa Rica crypto, Rica crypto. It's not. There we go. Thank you. It's fixed now. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing all sorts of crazy stuff on your channel right now. That show, we actually got Matt. Jimmy, can you mute the Costa Rica crypto, Rica crypto? It's not. There we go. Thank you. It's me. It's fixed now. How dare you? Anyway, so yeah, we're doing all sorts of crazy stuff on your channel right now. It's still going on. All right, I'm gonna play this video and then we'll figure that out. Uplift Art's goal is to raise $450,000 in 2021 to build Haitian Roots a third school. That's something that Blue and I talked about, a lot. And when I realized that, after the I'm Not the Bubble drop, we raised like $27,000 for Haitian Roots to feed kids in Haiti. It was a huge eye opener for me personally. And we were on a call with the head lady at Haitian Roots, and they were saying, a huge goal for them was to build a school. And we just started, brainstorming like crazy. Like, what if we could turn NFTs and music and creativity into a freaking school like that? What? And so that's the goal in 2021. We need to raise $450,000. This event, 50% of all the revenue that comes out of Uplift Art events goes into straight to that charity account, so we can actually watch it grow. And I actually brought that up. I was going to show you guys this. It's something that you can actually see in real time. You go to Blocks, blocks.io, bloks.io, and you can actually check the account. This is actually it right now. There's 232. Holy crap, dude! What? There was like 5,000 earlier today. Okay. Wow. Okay. So anyway, there's 232,000 in Uplift Donate right now. There's 9,000 US towards our goal, and that's without the price of wax moving at all. And so this is the journey of our year, 2021. We're going to raise 450,000 for this school, and we're pretty freaking stoked about it.
Well, I'm like one of those optimistic guys. I have a feeling that wax will hit $1 this year.
I think so too.
And if it does, then that school is pretty close to being built.
Right? We're half. Yeah. If wax hits $1, we're halfway there already, which is crazy fast. So by the time we do, the Spaceman, drop is going to produce a bunch more. We've already got the Tiamo drop, the stuff that you made with your wife. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to spend money on that one. That's going to be good. Not too long after that, we've got the Solace drop, which again, like I'm going to be releasing probably my best tune ever as a single. And we'll have a bunch of art from inside the Uplift that is going to get attached to that. And right? Like we got a whole schedule. So I'm feeling really confident that we're going to be able to pull this off before we launch the Uplift.world, where 10% of all land sales is going to be going right into Uplift Donate. Like it's just going to be, fired right at the school mission. So it's going to be good. All right.
So sorry about that, everyone. The problem was on my end. As always, I have the YouTube open and
not muted.
Started playing, but I had I always have 100 windows open, on 5 different browsers. So it's like finding a needle in a haystack when something goes wrong on one of these. So I do apologize, but thanks for the shout out and letting us know in the comments. But we should be good to roll from here. And then just a public service announcement in case anyone missed it. So basically, we are going to be joined by Matt. I heard some through the echo. So we are going to be joined by Matt Haynes of Costa Rica Crypto, but he's going to join us actually from 11 on the original Link channel. And yeah, read the YouTube description that's posted below. It gives a little bit of a synopsis about our show and what's happening. But I think we're not always going to be able to be live for everyone. So, but it's important that we are here for people who expect us to be here. And Corey came up with a really cool idea, and we're going to have a lot of fun for the next hour, I think.
So I'm just throwing this on here now. Put your whacked eye and someone that we should follow on Twitter. The one I like the most, the Twitter follow I like the most, will whoever posted it is going to get a pack of Uplift NFTs. Those are, I think, the lowest price you can get those for is about $12 right now. Just because I'm going to be rowing, so I'm not going to give out like a bunch of NFTs in the show today, but I am going to give out one big pack again to the one Twitter follow that someone suggests that we think is like the highest value, coolest, funnest, weirdest, funniest. I don't know, just make it weird or good or someone we should know.
Yeah, so there's only one problem with this, because we're a couple of Canucks, so we really need to get someone to get us a canoe. But I mean, other than that, like you said, you're going to be rowing, and we're going to be doing something really cool. This is going to also be aired on Monday for our BP and Chill episode. But we had so much fun the other night that you suggested we do this again. Now, why are you going to be rowing? What's the purpose of your rowing, and where are we going, and what can we expect to see?
Yeah, so well, let's go and take a look at the map first, which anyone can do. I highly recommend watching this. I actually, 'cause you can actually watch us doing the pre-building live. I'll post the website for it, which is just like an IP address basically, but it works.
Yeah, Seth, BP was on fire today. There was more tweet action today than there's been in the last month.
Right? Yeah, they're basically they're we should probably talk about that pretty soon too.
I think we're gonna pull that up on the update channel. We're gonna do the BP stuff.
Awesome.
Exploration stuff here, but yeah.
Right. So all this is pretty much explored. What we were thinking about doing, because we had such a blast doing it yesterday with Ken, is going up a river, following some coastline. So I kind of feel like we could start over here. Or we could start over here and start kind of, because this is with the community cluster down here, right? This is where Ken's going to live and Blockchain Heroes. And maybe I was thinking we should give one to our show as well, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think that'd be really fun.
So, and so just maybe so people don't know, like this map, all these black spaces, if you're not familiar. The first time I logged into this world, there was a little memo from you that said "Go West." Go West. And I mean, do you want to explain why you wanted people to go west?
Yeah. So this is our central kind of. We're just calling it Central City. I think we need a different name for it. But when I'm actually going to go 3D here in a little bit, but all those art installations that we've done recently, they're actually all right here. You can actually see them from the map too if you go 3D.
It's like the Great Wall of China,
right? So yeah, like all these things from the recent Spaceman drop are all over here, and every once in a while, this just like randomly zooms in with this ridiculous mouse. I'm gonna have to get a new one. Anyway, come over here. This is actually the Burning Man that you can see if you zoom in, which is really fun. This is all the gear that was set up in the back so that it would actually light itself on fire, which was nuts. So anyway, this is the Central City, and the reason why I said we want to go west is that we're building another city out there. All of these little things down, the little ones are actually rail plots, and those are all going to be on sale for the pre-sale. And anytime anyone travels over one of those rail plots, you're going to get 2x the normal amount of wax as a reward than if they were just traveling on other parts of land, right? So basically, that's one of the main ways that rewards are going to be mined out of this world is from people traveling on your land or just traveling yourself. So that part's going to be fun. And then the reason why we were thinking about exploring down here is because we're going to be giving these plots away to community leaders. So we talked to Ken. He's going to get one. So if you're a huge fan of Ken's show, he might end up giving you one of these little ones. Let me zoom in just a little bit here.
Did you say it's into like 50 plots or something, right?
Yeah, it's about 60, 56, somewhere in there. And I want to target getting up to each one of them. We're going to give 100. We just haven't made them all yet. So yeah, and so you're going to own that, right? Like if he gives it to you, you're going to get the NFT. You're going to own that, and it's like an NFT land key. You're going to have building rights on that stuff. Westeros, yeah, Seth, I just saw that. That's good. Yeah. So anyway, we just started kind of trucking around and doing some exploration, and it was so much freaking fun and almost kind of zen that we just want to do it again. I figure we might as well maybe start in here and kind of working our way down, right? Because we don't really know where the landmass is going to go, and maybe go up a river or something like that.
Let's follow the coastline and talk about what's going to happen in future episodes of BP and Chill.
I like it. I like it a lot. And if you could get a little closer to your microphone, because it is a little bit quiet, but definitely don't talk any louder because there's sleeping people in your house.
Yeah. So right. It's all right. The doors are closed and the gates are locked. But yeah, I got a little bit excited yesterday. So, but it was good. So if you haven't caught it, go to our YouTube channel and jump on in, and you'll be able to catch this week's episodes. We had some pretty good ones with Michael on Monday from USA. And, Jonah from Atomic Assets, which was really great. Like to hear his backstory and where he came from and what he wanted to do and what he ended up doing. And then we had Ken on last night, where we came in here and he kind of revealed his Kenlandia and talked about some really cool stuff. So as always, while Corey gets us set up, there is going to be not as always, sorry. The next episode will start at 10 o'clock. You'll need to go to a different link if you wanted to for both episodes. But you can find that link on Twitter, on my account. We'll probably post it in the chat before you leave. But yeah, let's rock and roll. Come on, get me into the canoe. I want to see this trip.
Boink.
Boink. I think this is exciting because you don't know what you're gonna find there.
I don't. We have no idea. Yeah. And actually, I'm gonna open up the map on another screen here. I think there's gonna be a lot of this like dual screen action, just because I want to make sure I'm going the right way. I think I am.
Yeah, we had some really I was spamming you all day actually, but all night for you. But we had some really cool ideas, which I don't know. Hopefully, we can make some of them work. But number one, as you mentioned. There is a way for people to come in and kind of follow you around and watch this in real time. It's really cool.
Yep.
You might go into something like this.
We're gonna buy you a mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a mic. Actually, I have a laptop, so I have to get. Dude, I live like around the corner from one of the best electronics stores in the world. I just really need. Yeah. So, should I take my headset off? Was it better yesterday?
Maybe try it because you're very quiet.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Way better. Yeah, that's that. You just like tripled the volume.
Sorry. All right, it's me that's loud, not you guys, so it's all right. But yeah, so this is all new here.
Yeah, this is all new. And this is the thing, like the river every once in a while. Oh, see, we could cut through. Oh, now we have to cut through. Do you have any tools on me? I don't think I do.
What?
Oh yeah, look at that. This is diamond axle, dude. I think I'm in.
So yeah, well, we're gonna kind of have a dichotomy here. I'm gonna ramble a little bit. I mean, I'm sure Corey's gonna ramble, but he's gonna do some cool stuff. So essentially, what is BP and Chill? Well, BP and Chill, this whole series actually is a way to connect the community with the people who are in the community with the projects that are building on it. There's a lot of negative energy and stuff happening, but there's a lot of like awesome people, awesome projects that are doing things. And our idea was we kind of want when all of the stuff when all this shit hit the fan with Dan leaving Block One, and then Colin deciding just to exit his position as a proxy. You and I were talking and we were like, okay, maybe it's time to like ramp up, what we're doing. And we came up with this idea of BP and Chill. And the reason we came up with it was because we were pondering even, who's that dude?
This is just some random house that apparently just exists.
Yeah. Are you gonna go loot it?
I mean, I don't think there's anything in it, but it's just like a little fishing thing. It's like, oh, hey, I just live here. And nobody built this. This is like the game just generated this.
That's
There's
awesome.
a whole village.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. It's of a newfound land. It's nice. Yeah, so we were pondering maybe starting a proxy. That's how this all came about. And we still might start a proxy, but you know, there's some pretty cool programs out there. GenerEOS has a proxy site with some, you know, proxies and stuff like that we like. Anders has an amazing Wax proxy. Kiefer, a few other people that we follow have great Wax proxies. There's some, you know, proxies on other networks of just geniuses in the space, like that, you know, are probably much more up to date with what's going on in the BP community than we are. And a lot of voters are. So we kind of have this idea, why not, you know, get some of our favorite BPs on the show, and you know, people that we like working with, people that we have, you know, connections with, as well as people who are doing great things for the community that often go unnoticed. And I think, you know, you wanted to bring Michael on because, as you guys saw on Monday, he's involved in everything EOSIO. He's got like a, you know, a foot in the door, kind of, right? And he's doing great things. He's running awesome nodes.
This is Mike from EOS USA. He just showed me something this morning. I can't talk about it, but it's like a freaking like legitimate game changer for multiple projects, including potentially you know, the uplift, and for all the projects that are going to come and start building on it. It's freaking incredible. And I'm sorry that this is like just like a straight up tease, but I can't tell you more than that.
That's all right. We're gonna find out eventually, because, you know, he's gonna come back a lot. Actually, we have him scheduled in for mid next month. He's actually gonna come back and talk to us. A few of the people that watched the episode back were kind of curious about what was happening with the history nodes that he was talking about, and he said, yeah, he'd love to come back and do a geek out episode on the history nodes. So look for that on some Monday next month. I know. As well, we're going to have GenerEOS on really soon. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I do work with them, but they're awesome. They do some really awesome things. We have a pretty good relationship with them with Uplift Art. They have like a charity proxy. They built all of the proxies. They reward people. I mean, some of the most influential people in the community are involved with GenerEOS. They've worked with a bunch of teams to bring a bunch of things. If you're an OG in GenerEOS, in EOS, one of the first not really block producers, but like one of the first, not really block explorers, but one of the first kind of interactive tools.
It was the first one that I used.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones that were created. So, and they're awesome. They're solid. They're running as block producers on the main chain. They just got into a paid position. They're working with FIO, who we had Luke on last week, doing some amazing stuff. Michael from EOS USA as well. They're doing stuff with Ultra, I believe, and a few other chains. So we're excited to have them on, probably Tim and Ralph at some point next month. I know you're super stoked to get. I don't know. Like, she is one of the most amazing community members in the whole space. Adriana from Cypherglass on very soon as well.
I know she's super busy. I'm just waiting to hear back from her.
Yeah, and like, if you don't know her, she's awesome. She had an awesome tweet last week. My favorite tweet was by her last week, and it was, you know, we're in a bull run, and the narrative went something like this. It was like, you know, I got a message from an ex-boyfriend asking me if I'm still doing that crypto thing.
Yeah, you know, you're in a bull run when like the messages start going, hey, are you still doing that Bitcoin thing?
My favorite was like reading through the comments, because it was around the same time that like Ripple was like having all their issues, and like, you know, and one of the comments was like, yeah, just tell them go buy a bunch of Ripple. Like, I was like,
cruel.
Yeah, so definitely a good person to follow. And yeah, we're super stoked to have her on here. I know, like, I've talked to her on other podcasts with Jack from Discussions App. He used to do a daily, weekly thing back in the day, radio only. with John of Boyd and a few other people. I think we're on those similar ones, maybe from Pixios and stuff. So she's just an amazing person to talk to. So it'd be great to get on here. Obviously, we want to get Grey Mass on here. I mean, they're doing some amazing things as well. Just some exceptional things with the Anchor wallet. So yeah, we're hoping to get somebody from that team on here very soon.
Is that the same Grey Mass that's buying up Bitcoin like they want to own all of it?
No. That's different. That's not even a Grey Mass.
No. Well, they're called Grey Mass. So
sorry, one more time.
They're called Grey Mass.
It's
an investment. It's an investment fund. I assumed they were the same thing, but I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
I don't think so.
Sunsets are fun.
Grey Mass, Grayscale. You're thinking Grayscale.
Oh, Grayscale. You're totally right.
Yeah. Grey Mass is but Grayscale is buying up a lot of Bitcoin. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I was in the process of looking it up. I have a really bad memory, believe it or not. But yeah, and there's a few other projects that we're looking at getting on as well. Obviously, but we don't want to announce anything and then not have them show up, because when people announce things and then it doesn't happen, it kind of sucks. So
yeah,
we're gonna try.
People like us complain to people like you about it.
So, what are you doing? Where are you? This is
I gotta God mode this here. It's not quite as fun as I.
It was pretty fun, actually. I quite enjoyed it. Seeing that little house with the homeless dude there, and It was pretty fun. So, but yeah, I think there's an island over there. That's cool. Is there anything on that island?
This looks like ruins, which they kind of generate every once in a while. Turtles, nah.
Nice. So for everyone who's listening or listens to this back later as well, of course, if you are a block producer and you want to come on, you're more than welcome. Just hit us up. I mean, we'd love to see block producers of all walks of life. I mean, you're an exchange and you want to come in here and you want to sell your case, do it, because I think the world deserves to know, what you're doing. And what you're doing for the ecosystem. I mean, if you're not one of the main block producers on the EOS main chain and you want to come on here and tell us what other chains you're working on, 100%. This is EOSIO Weekly. I mean, we're not maximalists around here. So yeah, I think it's just, we want to hear from a lot of different people. Another one I'd like to, get on is maybe Nudex. I think that they would be kind of cool. I'm not sure. So some of these teams are anonymous, right? So it's a little bit hard to get them on, but yeah, 100%. But let us know who you want. 100%. That Grayscale, yeah.
yeah, those guys.
100%. Yeah. So Katsumoto 100 is asking, can the game originate its own resident organism, like Lego people who are not a user but autonomous still? And I think that's what we saw in Village, right?
Right. So the villagers spawn absolutely as their own kind of NPCs, non-player characters. And what we're working on is ways to incorporate them into an economics engine for the game, right? So you right now you can go up to them and like buy stuff from them and even sell stuff to them and whatnot, right? So people are going to be able to set up their own stores to sell, stuff they mined or enchanted stuff that they create. You can buy and sell whatever you want to do. But there will be this like ambient level market, so you'll be able to get these non-player characters. You can actually sort of entice them to come and live in a village that you create if you want to do that on your land. Somebody actually did that already. They basically encouraged a bunch of these things, and I think by encourage you sort of steal them, and then they come in and live on your land. Wait a minute.
Cut their arms off and shackle them, like The Walking Dead, so that you. Sorry. Right. It's a really bad reference if you don't watch that show. I gave up after a few seasons. It was way too dark for me. But yeah, I think it's, I guess it's like real life. Then if you can just entice people to come and work for you in your village without really paying them a fair wage,
right? Yeah, we wanted to make it as realistic as possible. oh, that's sad. That's sad.
I'm not naming any cities or countries. I'm just saying. But yeah. So yeah, the other thing is we're gonna have Yves LaRose from EOS Nation on Tuesday, actually, for our tech talk. So this is why he's not one of the original, first people to come on the EOS BP and Chill days. But I'm sure he'll be talking about a lot of cool things, what they're doing. I'm not really sure what I can tell you about what he's going to say, because I'm not really sure whether he's released the announcement to his community or not. But I can tell you what he's going to talk to us about. I'm super excited. Like, it's going to be, we're horrible at this, Corey. We just keep dropping hints and giving people, scraps.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I want a hint now. Like, I don't even know what he's going to talk about. So, like, well, I want to know. So, I'm definitely going to be tuning into that thing that is our show.
Yeah, it has to do with their activities in, bridging the global kind of EOS community, number one. And I think I believe that he's got some announcements regarding the BSN network that's going to be incorporating EOS in China. If I recall correctly. If that's not what happens, don't blame him. It's totally my fault.
So what was that? They're talking about incorporating EOS into a home shopping network?
Yeah,
what was that?
Yeah, it's already incorporated. So I think it's a list of 5 or 6 different cryptocurrencies that will be like kind of their national digital currency. EOS is one of them. Bitcoin is one of them. Ethereum is one of them. Neo, I believe, is one of them.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard of Neo in a long time.
Yeah, and so there's a bunch of, me too. And actually, it's exciting because there's a new Neo roadmap coming out, like, that's supposed to blow, like Neo 3.0 or something. It's supposed to blow everyone away. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That guy's a genius. But they're slow to roll things out. So I'm kind of excited to see what they come up with too. But it's going to be interesting to see with this BSN China thing, because man, yeah, we totally need a double screen right now with just the old school MC Hammer video. And then like a meme that says clobber time, clobber time, clobber time. Corey, right? You're clobbering away like it's clobbering time.
Yeah, I saw that. That's some funny stuff.
That's awesome.
How do I get out of here, though, is my next question.
So yeah, some other people that we're going to have on as well. I would imagine there'll be EOS Authority.
There we
go. Some pretty cool stuff that they're doing. Some probably EOS Asia and Polar. They're doing some pretty awesome stuff.
Pretty good.
Yeah, some other BPs that we want to do. We might not always be able to do it live. So we might have to pre-record some of these things, and we do apologize for that. But Corey and I are essentially on opposite sides of the world, which is okay because we could do morning and night. But if you're in certain regions, especially in North America, it might be really difficult for you to get up in the middle of the night, or get up early in the morning if you're used to being awake all night. So like BPs like EOS Argentina or EOS Rio. Even Hawaii, I'm not even sure how that would factor in where they would be on that time scale. But it would be good to have Aloha EOS on here as well. So our goal is to have I think Corey, you mentioned a set number of people that we think can educate our community that we like hanging out with, because
I want regular characters to be coming back over and over again, just because I think that knits the community together in a nice way, and sort of like the familiar faces is kind of good, and we sort of deepen the relationships between the different communities that we have on, right? So, that helps cross pollination and all sorts of fun stuff. So
Yeah. So
That's the idea.
yeah, I think we will. We'll have like, it depends on them how busy they are, what they're doing, what they're releasing.
Right.
Maybe once a month, maybe quarterly, something like that, and we'll have a few random ones scattered in there as well. So
Agreed.
so I have a
Yep.
question. Is there like it's like I'm assuming that like all weather is like this is like a beautiful tropical oasis here. Like there must be like snow somewhere in the land.
Yeah,
Isn't there?
actually, if you go just north of the cathedral, that's like a winter biome. So they call them biomes. There's a bunch of different biomes.
So it does like is the cathedral in danger? Like is winter coming?
No, but if you can actually climb up to the roof. Even without help, you can climb up to the roof of the cathedral, because I actually made some sneaky hidden stairs to get up there, and it's all snow. It's all snow up there.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I just show my true colors of all the crazy sci-fi shows that I watch there.
Right.
I like it. So yeah, did you have anything, Mr. Explorer, that you wanted to add? I think it's this is great to get the lowdown. I mean, and like you said, we've seen a lot of these people on various podcasts come on, and what's that thing? Is that dinner?
Yeah, no, it's an octopus. You can actually you can murk them for ink if you want to get ink. Of course, they get rid of ink as an escape mechanism or whatever.
Yeah. So I sorry. What I was saying was
cool.
What I was saying was like you see a lot of people from a lot of projects appear on some really good podcasts. And Blue does a great one. Everything EOS has a great one. EOS Radio used to have a great one, like for the main chain anyway. Of course, we're tackling different things with our media moguls, which is why we have, hopefully recurring guests like Anders, who does this stuff on primarily Wax, or Ken, who's, kind of all over the place. But loves, the NFT game and stuff like that. So by having, these BPs that will come on, as frequently as they can or as frequently as they want to, I think, like you said, it'll create this kind of nice community atmosphere where people can tune in here. They can ask questions. I think what we're going to do as well is we're probably going to have it set up like right now. How it stands is we're putting out EOSI weekly update, which is the full post of everything that's kind of happening in the system, a mix of community sentiment that's happening on Twitter, because that's where, most of sentiment seems to be made these days. Some posts from projects that we think are worth noting, primarily in the EOS ecosystem. This week, we included a couple from Polkadot, a couple political posts from Dan Larmer that aren't EOS based, but I think, and it deserves to be out there. It's all part of the same narrative, right?
What was that all about? I don't think I caught those.
Yeah, I just actually found it like last night. Dan's kind of written a book, I guess, about politics, his kind of political ideologies and stuff. It's free for everyone to download. I haven't read it, so I don't know what it says. I can't speak to whether it's good or not. But I mean, we know that he's focused on these types of things, and that's potentially one of the reasons that he left. The Polkadot one was about basically how they're using the sentiment on various social platforms to be able to track things with prices in Bitcoin by watching how well or not well at certain points in time that Polkadot moves. And the only reason as well that was included is because it kind of seems like this was something that they figured out a long time ago during, just after the 2018 bull run, when EOS was the one that was mooning instead of Polkadot. So it's kind of interesting to note those parallels in in that article and see how these things work. And hopefully, in our EOSI weekly update, depending upon when you watch this, you'll get a bit of a glean into it, because that's one of the things we want to actually talk to Matt about is, you know, his thoughts on similarities and differences, whether they be benefits or problems, to do with Polkadot in particular, but as well the Ethereum ecosystem, because, you know, he's a crypto everyman. He's a lot of places these days, and he's got a lot of insight to share with us there. But yeah, sorry, to get back to what I was saying. It's really hard to focus here because there's so much cool shit.
This is a ship, dude.
It's like, yeah, I can't figure out if this is a wall or a bunch of boxes. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I think it's a buried ship.
That's really cool. Is it like it's filled with sand, right?
Filled with sand. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like sand. Maybe it's rock. I can't tell. It's pretty cool though. Yeah. That's really, so Ken's gonna love this. He's gonna like make a hobbit hole down here or something.
Right.
Don't destroy it. You gotta leave it.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Leave it for
him. So much fun.
Him to come and like dig his tunnel underground.
I'm gonna start leaving boats everywhere for people too.
I like it. Yeah. And then you got that idea from me when I gave away all my trains for the Burning Man event, didn't you?
It's true.
so I gotta get in here more. So yeah, on the back of that, with these posts, at the bottom of these posts, I know it's a lot of information and you don't have to read it all, but like our purpose or our
He's lying. You totally do. You have to read literally all of it.
Hello, Lee Kang. Thanks for joining us. Our whole purpose is to put that information out. It's funny because I had a conversation with Ken last night after our show, which was quite nice, and you know, he said something that I thought was brilliant, and he actually posted it. He said people are people are selling their freedom in order to buy their free time. And before anyone takes this out of context, I thought that was brilliant, because basically what we're talking about is this idea that, you know, people work and then they go and buy shit. Like, I get it if you want to buy a camera, if you want to buy a new computer, you know. Yep. But a lot of the things that we buy, we could make ourselves. so you're on this like treadmill, right? Like you're, especially depending on the country you live in. Like some countries are you know, better in some respects than other countries, in all respects, right? America, for example, Canada, like these are kind of pinnacles of home renovation. People love, you know, renovating their own houses, and that's brilliant. That's awesome. There's a lot of really talented people, you know.
So
is that a
that's a water zombie. So our world is set to not have any. They're called mobs, the bad guys.
Yeah.
Within a certain pretty big perimeter of the cathedral, right? So all the developed lands are going to be peaceful, but we kept finding and still find these freaking zombies all over the place in these water things, and I think we're going to leave those.
Yeah, you definitely should leave them, because you can you can get good shit if you like capture them and stuff, right?
I think Greg would know more about that than me, but it's sort of an interesting wrinkle. So you're gonna be fine, but if you wander into one of those things, you might get jacked. Whoops.
Well, I mean, you know, if you've ever wandered around the deserts of New Mexico, if you see something that, you know, you've never seen before, it's probably a good idea to back away slowly.
I mean, you know, that's not a crazy tactic.
Yeah, don't run. You know, us Northern Canadians, you more so than me, probably.
Yeah. You only run into like so many bear families before you kind of get used to how to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I was mountain climbing once. I was just on approach to one of them, and we actually like walked into a mama bear, and we were like, there was like one cub next to it, and that's always your biggest worry, because if you see a mama bear, like just a black bear, but those things will still like jack you up.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you get in between a mama bear and her cub, that's a huge problem. So, and they usually have, you know, or can have more than one. So, you know, you see one just sitting there, you know, I don't know, 50 yards away or whatever it is, and has a little cub. We're like, oh shit, is the other one behind us? Because we have no idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
and so we start like kind of backing away or whatever. But it was a thing. It was a thing. We had a grizzly throw a rock at us down a hill once.
So one of my old school jobs when I was in university is I used to plant trees, and I can honestly admit that I wasn't the best tree planter. I was pretty good, but I didn't work in the rain and shit like that. So we lived about an 8-hour drive from any town, like down an old logging road, and you work like 6 days a week. You don't get back to town very often. You live in a tent, which is really cool. I woke up every morning, climbed out of my tent. Most people lived in this like kind of community, like that village that we saw, as they do in real life, right? But I liked my private space, so I walked into the tree line, and I would wake up every morning, open my tent, like this beautiful, pristine, crystal clear lake that I would just go swimming in. I don't want to use a shower with like bust in water and stuff. You go to get breakfast. They put you on a bus or a truck. They take you out to the plot. You fill up your bags. You go plant a bunch of trees. If you're young and you're fit, it's great money. I mean, I think at that time I got paid about 10 to 15 cents per tree. I mean, if you had good lands, some days, like I had friends who, would plant on sands. They could plant like 5,000 trees a day sometimes, right? Like, wow. Just crazy. And I mean, if you plant them wrong, you have to dig them all up and replant them. So you lose a lot of money. So you got to be cautious. But anyway, I remember, as you know, I have a very broad range of music taste, which you're starting to learn. And at those days, one of my favorite things to listen to when I was planting, just because, you got to move. It's like rainy. You're putting your hands in the ground. Like there's rocks, even though you've duct taped them, they're covered in blood. And so you just want to keep moving and not thinking. So it was around the same time that the Tool Enema album came out.
Nice.
I used to listen to that just blasting and like, dun, dun, like, right. And you could go so fast. And I remember one day, like your trees come in bundles of 10. And you have to unwrap them, so that you can put them in. So I'm sitting there listening to Tool. I'm unwrapping my trees and kind of the CD finishes, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put something else on. So I open it up and I look up, and there's this monstrous black bear running straight. Shit. So it's just like, oi, oi, like it just freezing, right? As it turned out, it probably ran about 10 meters like in front of me. It didn't even see me. And it was being chased by my friend's like half Labrador, half Rottweiler dog by the name of Colin, just chasing it through the block. These dogs were awesome, man. Like every night when everyone went to bed, they would run point on the campsite. Like they would walk to all four corners of the campsite. They had this little dog gang that was keeping us safe, man. It was awesome. It was like, yeah, sorry, just a little bit of nostalgia there, but it was pretty awesome.
Right. All right, hey. Sorry. What do you think about closing this one out and taking a little rinse repeat? I think I might actually get breakfast before we talk to Matt. We got about 18 minutes.
We're totally going to do that. We went on a little bit longer, but I think we said all that we want to say. So if you missed this episode, we're going to re-air it on Monday. But if you're here, please come back if you got time at 11 o'clock and join us for Costa Crypto.
Is it 11 or 10? I thought it was 10.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry, you're 100%. At the top of this hour, I get confused.
At the top of this hour.
Yeah.
And I only really saw one person drop an answer in here. So, Katsumoto, I'm going to fire you a crate soon. All right, guys.